Greetings and salutations, gamers. This is Siltalent coming to you live on 2/9/2023. Today we'll be playing some Everquest. We're going to be going in, clearing out Earth side, and then we'll be clearing out Broodmother and the Sleeper 2.0 fight. So, with that being said, sit back, relax, and enjoy as our friends, the Filthy Casuals, and myself, your host, Siltalent, will be leading the way. So we're already pretty much buffed up, ready to go in and do this. So let's have some fun. Right now we're going into the DZ to get the buffs. Sorry, DZ to get the everything set up and ready to go.
It helps if we don't get hit.
So we're now in Crystallos normal zone. Then we're gonna drop down where this dragon is, and there's a little circle down here. And we click that, and in we go to the regular instance that we're going to be in for the raid.
That's all right. Next expansion is the Shaman expansion. Hopefully debuffs get affected when available. Wait till you get to one spell. Which extra buff does it add in? I don't know about Shamans. I know Rangers get one that's like 3 or 4 later on, I think. Because Unity combines focus, stamina, and agility, strength 1 all in one. Sexy. Show me high touch still? No, it only takes 1 buff slot, so all Shamans have to do is cast the boss and try to do like jamming.
All right, there we go.
Start a business.
Like, I don't even remember what the old buffs were.
Maybe it was like an AC. I guess it's like a half. Is Enemy's the only knight on the bench? Yes. For now. And I think everything's figured out. He posted all extra lists for that.
Yeah.
That didn't get Tem yet. There we go. Sweet. Uh, there we go. Okay, got most of the buffs I need. Let's see. Okay, got that. Temporary tree rank 3, that's fine. More health than that. Oh, it's because we don't have a actual boost banner up.
Sure, just gonna get 20k two banners, just an FYI. Okay, cool. Well, I appreciate you guys doing that. Whoa, giant boulder! Nice small mic.
It's rolling up the hallway.
If you forgot how to be a boulder.
That was really weird. We had a boulder just basically fly by us.
That traumatized finally 60. When you get your driver's license.
No, I'm scared of driving. They go too fast. I got it. Hell yeah. Shout out to February 9th game. I set off fireworks here.
So what do those boulders do if you get hit by them?
Yeah, I kind of had a feeling when it showed up with fire that they had somehow fucked up and fixed it.
You got things stop return there? I think it's stop and attention and turn. Get out of the tunnel. There's one behind us now. The left side. Now I'm the fire hallway. So much better.
Whoa, there's a ton of them in this room.
Oh my god. Going up the wall. Alright guys, they're just balloons with speakers in them. Child fault.
Are these going to consistently come down here long?
This is the first week that these balls were actually rocks are active. Right now we're clearing out all the Adds to the room. Hey, MechWarrior, how's it going? We're kind of like playing Indiana Jones in here now. They activated the balls. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire.
I ducked it. I'll get charmed.
So tonight we're doing the big boss fight. It's going to be a lot of fun. So there will be a lot of deaths. Today on Death Ball Z. Today was boring, save for working on something. Mm. You get those days. Okay. You really messed up the balls for this event. No, it rolled over on top of us. They came from, yep, over the raid from the stairwell over there, the ramp. Came down the ramp and hit us. This is so funny. Oh, nice.
I just wanted to bring you some more damage.
Wow. Do you see all these balls to our left?
That's them buff blocking some of the baby IG.
Ah, thanks, Stormwolf.
All right, let's move up to the event on the south side of this I wish you would go. And I'm dead. Sorry. I should have pulled up more. Thank you.
Oh, nice! Congratulations. You enjoy
Oh, gotta let
you
the
enjoying your beast there?
yes, please.
I even
Because that's
I even got up to 2,485 A's.
Yeah. So
I'm
folks,
getting a lot of the
so
stuff
what
done.
goes down curbs after that? Brandon, you still give me
I'm working on Men Companion right now, so I just did the first one. So it looks like I got about 78, 79, 80. Three more ranks of this to buy.
here's more truck parts.
Are we to beat down the ads? Very nice. So you're taking it slow and easy with your Beast Lord and just level them up and enjoying the experience of it, or you plan on gonna push through and get high level real quick and then start working on stuff? Got a lot more going on in this instance now with these balls all over the place. Not fun. We got Keeper pretty much done. Well, I honestly say get into a raiding group and start raiding. The raiding experience is so much different and more fun, in my opinion. It really changes the way the game plays. No one died. Nice. So this one's gonna be feet and and a wrist. Footsies and wristies. We have a signet or doctrine for fingers. Not half bad. And then we got it looks like a neck item. Ear item. Oh, that's an ear item, even though it looked like a neck item. So those are the two items that have dropped. Not bad. Come on, give me one more of these so I can get my SE3.
Okay, just found that. Show the people. Oh yeah, that was cool. It still kept running up on the wall, didn't it?
Honestly, rating in EQ versus WoW, EQ takes a little longer and it's much more enjoyable because you go through a lot more stuff than you do normally in, say, World of Warcraft. World of Warcraft is smash and bash your way all the way through the boss
And then
without even thinking about the encounters. It's like the how do you put it? I don't want to really diss it, but it's kind of like a retard run. There's not much thinking to it, going through the level to get to the boss and then fight the boss. The boss is the only thing that has some strategic importance that you do have to pay attention to mechanics. But other than that, in EQ, you actually have to pay attention to the mobs as you go through further and further into the um, expansions because there's certain mobs that will screw a raid over in the trash really quick if you don't kill them first. VT um, and three other zones, I forget their names, for raiding, have some mechanics where if you don't kill certain mobs, they will kill your raid. But I find the boss battles to be longer and much more enjoyable than World of Warcraft's boss fights. Because what you're looking at on the screen, where the hell's the red? I got to get out of that red. I got to back off when I see this certain color on the ground, this and that. You know what I mean? It's like it's color coded for idiots, and it's just so easy. This you do need Gina to help out, but you still have to do a lot of other things while you fight. Understand where I'm coming from? It's like they made it very easy for you to raid without having to use any outside program to help you with it. Honestly, I call it raiding for dummies. That's what WoW has done. Raiding for dummies. It's all on the ground. You just have to pay attention to the different colors that are flying around on the ground and get out of the red. Oh, I forgot to open up Gina. Oops. Yeah, that too. FXX is actually a lot more proactive. You not only do you have to watch out for certain colors on the ground and effects, you also have to know when to start moving and when to hide in some of those fights. You got to actually be attentive what the boss is doing, literally. I think it's more challenging. And FFXIV has been getting a lot of new players since COVID. Yeah, that too. You know what I mean? But EQ doesn't have that. It doesn't have the indicators on the ground. You're literally looking at uh, emotes to know when to do something and stuff like that. That's what makes Gina useful. Having that picks up those emotes and informs you you need to do X and X and this. So it's kind of helps a lot, but unlike say uh, Rifts, World of Warcraft, Final Fantasy, it's not on the ground for you to see. It's it's not like it's on the ground for you to see. You can easily avoid a lot of stuff and do what you need to do just by memorizing where to go and what to do when you see a certain color and where you're standing. Here, it's like you gotta hear the Gina trigger, quickly look around for a place to hide if you have to, or back off, and or duck or some other mechanic, and you got to do it quickly within like 2 or 3 seconds, 2 to 5 seconds actually. You're on Linux or Mac? Linux, yeah. Unless you set Gina for Linux somehow, then you'd be able to use EQ on with your Linux as well as Gina. I think Gina can do Linux. But honestly, you can actually play EQ without having Gina, as long as someone tells the raid what's gonna happen, like for raid wide stuff. But as for direct personal stuff that goes after you, you'd have to pay attention to the emotes or certain messages to ensure that you know what to do. For instance, like Duck Hatchet raises his axe and aims it towards you, and then you have to duck. And you sit there ducked, and you have to wait for the message to come up saying it passed over your head harmlessly, and then you can stand back up. Stuff like that. As we go deeper into the mechanics of bosses, we see more and more of that. Oh yeah, Gina is very easy to set up. It's just getting the packets that you need from the other raiders, and they'll give you the packets usually. You just merge it with what you have in Gina, and it becomes part of your setup. All right, we're now heading to the Broodmother. We're heading to the water of this section, and then we'll be heading to Broodmother next. So we have to get through Earth section, then we get to the Broodmother, take her out along with the two names that's on the either side of her. That's and then we take out Catherine as our last raid target. That's going to be a real brutal fight right there. Expect to die a lot, so that's why I have my expedient recovery. Everybody's gonna die multiple times. It's gonna be a lot of bodies when we get to Carafin. A lot of bodies.
And Sevek's got
Where's the tank mark?
who's further up.
Red stand by left stand.
After we return them to the mill, we'll have that. Alright, decide on what you're doing. Charge, up some.
All right, DPS in. Next stats are at 70. That's good. You found some instructions. Shouldn't be too hard to alter it.
Hug walls.
All right, there we go. Short burns are good. Next ad's at 50. Switch to the ads. Okay, next AE's in 30.
Hug walls.
Two ads at 20. At 10%, we'll get the room AE and two ads. Kill the ads out here real quick. We're gonna kill the name next after this drops. All right, there we go. Got him.
That got knocked downstairs.
So do you think the graphics look much better now? Since I got them changed up a bit.
Looks like a shield.
2 feats and 2 mass.
And
Not bad. What is the beast main role in raid? We are our second role is damage. Our primary role is support, literally, and somewhat damage ourselves. What we do is we keep the buffs of Pharaoh going. We keep the Paragon going when it's needed, when it's called for um, group Paragon for the raid. Um, in some cases where the fights take about 15 minutes to get to between you, when you realize that you can do that, like what I just did, you can hit my Paragon right now, give it to the group. By the time we fight the next boss, it's already ready up and going. We always keep the Pharaoh on your targets, so that way that they can do their maximum DPS with the extra power. And then you provide backup healing if the fight is going worse for your group. So that way, if your cleric or your shaman is being overwhelmed and they can't keep up, at least you can help out. And we can do a pretty decent job at removing diseases too. Other than that, if we are not helping with healing, removing diseases, or keeping buffs going, we can freely fight.
Colder than the Firewind.
So I would have to say it's a mix between DPS and support.
Guys are terrible.
I play my Beastlord leaning a little more towards support, helping with heals with the group if it needs it, keeping the buffs going that need to be up, and then secondly, damage. But I always keep the pet on the target. Broodmother's next. Sweet. He's a cleric, so he just got another level 80 rune. Didn't get one yet. Since I can't tell what, actually I can. I'll put it. There we go. Now I know what his.
I'm checking his I'm checking his next one slot. He'll be back. We'll have to draft him right. Put him down in the spot.
But depending on what expansion you are, the role changes little by little. Later on, we'll be doing a lot more, and I mean a lot more DPS as Beast Lords.
Down. Please be ready to move. Because every time the boat gets over, the boat gets ported. So they have to keep coming back until we can all move back down the line.
So for this expansion, I'm pretty much keeping Focus Paragon on my target at all times, keeping Pharaoh on my targets, and then it's healing or damage based on what is needed. There we go. Oh, he doesn't need it anymore. Let's see. Does anyone here? Etos. There we go.
So yeah, the first mob is just go back to the chest. Find out shit about that. And kill these guys. Kill these guys. Dude, I swear it took me like 5 minutes to do it to punish Crystallos.
Make sure you're not mouse moving.
Tonight I'm starting with 92 DKP.
I'll be right back. Give me a second. Next up, Aradune or not TLP. I'll get you top. Hang on if you're still here. I believe so, yeah. Alright.
But in all honesty, people play their Beastlords a lot differently than other people do. So it depends on what works best for you. Because a lot of players play the Beastlord as a DPS and less support. They only put the support in when asked for certain things to be done. I tend to play it a little more supportish, but at the same time, keeping up with my DPS aspects.
Say that again, please. What? What?
That's a bard that won't work on them.
Challenge switch. Modify. Are you ready?
Also, Focus Paragon does not work on bards, nor does Paragon. So don't even give it to them for their mana regen. It'll help with their health, but not their mana. Oh yeah, poison does not work on these guys. Had to switch this up with Jagged. whatever playstyle you're comfortable with is usually good enough with people. If you want to be more support, then you can change your playstyle to be more proactive for the group. But I find that if I help the group more, usually things tend to go better, especially when it's a really tough fight. And for instance, if we get into a situation where our healer is being overwhelmed, then that helps out a lot. It's just identifying when you need to switch over and start healing. You could be a DPS Beast Lord, no problem at all, throwing a few buffs here and there. Like, for instance, I'm healing Etos here, keeping him alive. As well as... There we go. For instance, we just got hit by an AE, so I'm going to start healing immediately. Help get some people up so they can survive the next one if it hits. That's what a support does, is recognize when to heal. Like, group getting hit by an AE, definitely. There we go. Mm. That, again, doing DPS or support is perfectly fine as your main role. But you'll always be doing DPS with your pet. So your pet's role is DPS. Oh, taunt. I was a bad beast lord. I left my pet on taunt. Thankfully, I don't have the upgraded hobble spirit right now, or otherwise my pet would have been dead many times before I even realized I was having my pet taunt.
Ad group's gonna stay where we are right now, like last time.
Beast Lord support is better than Ranger healing, and you can also keep your pet up pretty easily on average. So you can do quite a bit of few things, but you're not overly powerful in that area. And it is kind of expensive as you level up. The spells get more and more expensive. I mean, let's take a look at spells here. For instance, this is what it starts out is, and this is where it comes to for right now. So it doesn't go up by, it goes up by a little bit in incrementals. It's not bad, but as a Beast Lord leveling up, your first spells all the way to here suck ass.
So last time we
I mean, these horse spells suck so badly. It's when you start getting greater heal, the spirits, the cryobast, it starts feeling better. Once you hit your 65 spell, it's so much better. And then it gets even better from there on out. Yes, most spells for the Beast Lord are the same between Shaman and Beast Lord up until level 85 plus. Then it starts diverging into their own spell lines. And which they're not as good as a Rangers or a Shamans, but they're good enough for Beast Lord if you don't have either or. Just depends on what you want to run.
5 and 6 TBA. Yeah, that's pretty standard.
So this is what we're going to do. We're going to start the event. We're going to get a wave of mobs coming in. We're going to pull them to this room and kill them all. We cannot kill the mobs inside that room. If we do, it empowers the boss. Bad day for us if that happens. We'll have two groups here with two chanters and an extra DPS to help kill all the stuff that we bring in and spawn. So this way we ensure that it's taken care of. Once she goes active, we'll still get spawns coming in. We'll still have to kill and clear stuff. The rest of the raid will be on her, while the same two groups will stay here. So there will always be two groups sitting here killing the ads. Ads will be pulled in to this room and killed at any of the phases. No mobs can be killed in the room with the broodmother. If she sees or catches on we're killing them in her room, it empowers her, and that empowerment can wipe the raid pretty quick. Broodmother has no right claw attack emote from what we've seen, so we're gonna be on her right front, and then we're staying off all other sides since she has a tail swipe, a breath weapon, a left claw, hind leg attacks as well. So as long as we're on the this front of the mob side, right next to her right front paw, we should be fine. So right now we're going to have two groups here to kill the stuff that spawn here. Then the rest of the raid is going to go to the north, and we're going to kill the stuff over there that spawns. When the broodmother starts walking around, it will signify that the rest of the raid can go and engage her, while the two over that side can get them. There we go. We got it going. The event is starting. The egg tenders are running out to waken the dragons. Dragon Ball Z.
DA on end.
Oh, she's walking. So that means she'll be attackable soon. Once she gets back up on the pedestal, she'll become perma-rooted, and we can attack her.
Yeah, if you own. I have to say F a lot. You're about to die, I think. That's all.
See, like in this situation, I need to start healing. Somehow our other two groups got. So we're trying to get these killed off. There's a lot down here.
Are you up with mana for now? Yeah, kind of. Yeah, they're still coming in quick. Is that somebody contacting me? Looks like it. I'll mark the pet or kill the pet. Yeah. Oh, yeah, they're still coming. Is the middle okay?
Yeah, the next one. That's the issue.
Probably keep them north. How does Vulcan die?
Silv Talon, you woke a mob.
Oops. Damn it.
Switch sides. He's probably looking at tank, you know. Wizard. And then I can just focus.
Okay. Finally able to go after Broodmother.
Janine Mass Group buff used. Janine Mass Group buff used.
Okay, there we go. Sometimes I have to spell shuffle. That's why I have all my spells organized the way they are. My first 4 pages in my spell book are the most used spells that I'll use either in group, self, or raid. That way it's all in very short order in the same spot. Can probably just hold off on any more spell use right now. There we go. We got all the ads under control now. Yeah, spell shuffling will happen as people drop, or you need to use different spells. But it's not always often. What I burn through is a lot of healing if the fight goes on for a long time. Frontal Cone had to move back just a little bit. Throw up Roar of Thunder. Wow, 5 aggro left. Down. So the group is now stabilized. I can use a little more of my mana for damage. Making sure I'm putting my focus on Simidian. Okay, she's at 50%.
DA on Janine.
Look at that. Melody. Please watch your aggro. Young green dragon, yep. White dragon. White dragon on the platform.
Drew a mass group buff used. Drew a mass group buff used. DA on end.
We have a young white dragon up here. 2 of them now. Gold Dragon in the raid.
FD fail.
%65%. This is bad. There's a couple dragons up on the platform. I got kicked. Ah, ha! I'm being teleported. Almost got it. Almost survived it. It's dead. Do you want us to run back in or res up?
Corpses everywhere.
We say standard back, res y'all after the raid.
All right, because the next one is gonna be brutal. Man, I only need to survive 30 more seconds. But I kept getting teleported while I was healing. Sucked. By 3 different dragons and the boss. That's hilarious. But I did survive a good amount of time tanking her with my these AAs up. Once this dropped, I just got raped. This really helps a lot. Protective Spirit reduces the incoming damage and also gives me a higher chance of blocking the attack. And Armor of Experience helped quite a bit too. Oh man, that sucked. Just another 20, 30 seconds. Ah, I nuked a little too much, I guess. If I didn't do the last 4 nukes, I think I would have been okay. All right, MechWarrior, you have a good one, and thanks for coming on in. Yeah, the first time was a lot cleaner, but what was going on today was, from what I've seen and noticed, Velcron, was the fact that the mobs were unusually spawning in different locations more than they should have been. Well, when we were up at the north area where we had the banner at here, it seemed like they weren't really coming here, but they were going over there like crazy. And we kind of lost control right at the beginning a little bit. It just seemed like the mobs were just a little out of control tonight, a bit. They were being picked up and moved, but it was like, how do you put it? They weren't doing what they normally did the last time we fought it. You can go back and see from what I'm referring to. Because when we started the event, all the raid was over by the banner, while the other two groups were over there with 2 enchanters, and they were getting overwhelmed. Then we went over there, rescued them, stabilized it. The event kept going, and we stabilized for most of the
Lothar
fight.
mass
But
group buff
towards the
used.
end, we started
Lothar mass group buff used.
losing the fight because healers and some other potential important people were getting taken out by the ads, and they weren't getting killed quickly enough. I didn't get a Drina trigger. This is Sylph.
It's not an audio trigger.
Mine has a. Was it the thing that come up with the plus minus?
Oh, I saw the plus and minus thing, but I didn't understand what it was.
Basically, the interrupt happens at 9 seconds or 11 seconds, or 9, 10, or 11 seconds. It doesn't affect. But it doesn't affect melody.
Sinadara mass group buff used. Sinadara mass group buff used.
Casting SE2 for the raid. There we go. Got everyone. Ooh, that was expensive.
Yeah.
Charmin mass group buff used. Charmin mass group
It's
buff
for
used.
legs. We got 2 of those for legs. Carefrin's going to be the hardest fight here. We'll be going to him next. That's why we didn't bother to res up, because it's going to be just
Sure y'all
a
are taking
devastating fight. It's a nice ring.
Here's the hybrid omens mode. It dropped on my knee. No, I just crashed. Okay. I'm like that. Okay. So I've taken care of it. Yeah, character needs. This week I will be working on finding one of my oldest assassins. Maybe year and a half. Some small ones that can fight second. I think so. A lot harder. We're also going to have them splitting crystals dice, not green flash dice. So we're want to watch out for those on up top of the TBA split. We also want to protect that split, minor damage that way. We will have a lot of damage coming out because the card is slapping right. We're going to try to mitigate some of that with stuns, some of that with bump moves, and also have to use CCC time like resources stuff. Once we get below 95% assassin stops one assassin and assists one character. But yeah, you'll see that
Possible wipe fest? Why, yes, my child. A massive wipe fest. We're not going to wipe, we're going to Zerg. And by Zerg, I mean go in, beat it down a bit, die. Go in, beat it down, die. This is like fighting Sleeper 1.0. But at least we can actually take it out. So we expect a minimum of 5 to 8 deaths per person to a maximum of 12 to 15 per person. Depends on how lucky you are on the death poll. It's gonna be nasty. The fight can lag sometimes, which makes it worse. So the effects that we're trying to stop, yeah. This fight is one of the fights that is not pretty at all. Yeah.
That dude mass group buff used. That dude mass group buff used.
and then just one random whatever.
Why are people buying the tier 4 leg essences? You're spending 30,000 platinum to upgrade your gear, and we have a new expansion coming out in 3 weeks. Dude, I'm not fucking rich. So I'm gonna keep my 60,000. Only spend 30,000 to go up to tier 4. But that's only if I can get the tier 4 piece and the tier 3 piece. I haven't gotten the tier 3 piece yet, so I have to wait. I'm waiting for it to actually drop as a Beastlord equivalent one for me to get for cheap. Then I'll get the tier 4 from Caravan when we do them. And that's the only tier 4 piece of equipment I will have on my character from this expansion, if I'm lucky. If not, then I'll just focus on just upgrading what I have with the upgradable raid loot over time. Because I'm not making plat hands over fists. Okay, we're getting
So
everything ready and set.
if we are fighting barefoot, can we like wait or go for that cross aggro with assassin group?
Only if some assassin group is
I'm assuming we're okay if the assassin group is going to stay out of that lane in this game, right? Since spawn there, so we might very well be out of range of
Well, unlike a White Fest where you wipe completely, this one is a Zerg Fest. It means we keep feeding the dragon bodies until either we actually wipe or we kill the dragon. So pretty much we die, we res up, we immediately go back in and start fighting without any buffs, and hope to God we live long enough to do some damage. It's that type of fight. Carafin has a lot of freakish AEs. He has everything he does directly. His wing slaps, his tail slap, his frontal cone, rear claw, front claws could insta kill you. He's just that stupid OP. In some cases, some of us can take at least one hit and not die. Depends on your health. Oh, that reminds me.
just want us like chaining
I'm maxing out all my resistances as much as possible. The Perilous is up for you. What groups are going to be for Assassin?
not us.
Alright, gotcha. We can, but the problem is we rather keep the mana for healing because this is a very healing intensive fight, and I mean very, very healing intensive. It's just easier for the person to res up in the guild lobby, run through the to the banner. Remember, this time we actually have the banner. You see this thing over here? That allows us to bring people from the guild lobby directly to where this is at. So we're gonna have this just outside the room. So they'll come back in on that banner safely, run all the way through the room to Carafin, and join the fight. And they'll just keep zerging on in. It's faster than actually resing. If we were to res people, they have they have a chance of being killed before they're even fully resed and zoned in. By them coming in from the banner in a safe place, they will successfully be able to fight without dying upon zoning in. Thank you, Scotty Baby, for the follow. That is awesome of you.
what you're saying is if we don't kill, we don't lose.
So the whole thing of it is we're trying to make sure that our DPS comes in and is able to fight, or the tanks. They may not have buffs, but at least they'll have health to take a hit or two before dropping, and they might get some meaningful damage in. This is a really honestly this is a really dumb fight because it's just so it's it's so strong.
Now, generally, what I find as playing that kind of necessarily critical already with the primary instead of the secondary swap. I will generally find that
Yeah.
yeah, again, not
All right, let's ride my frog into battle.
They because
Let's see.
capture region, right?
yeah,
Or he's already capped them.
that means you got hit by Everquest.
That's also funny too. Don't look behind you. Don't look behind you. uh,
Of course, after that,
tell a warrior to glyph. It's an AA ability. It's called Pact of the Wyvern. It gives a lot of buffs
so
for what it does.
this lad needs Mark Punch, Oglyph heals golf. This fight, I'm sure he's probably starting to should have mentioned
See, that's what it does.
armor experience then.
Oh, oops, I forgot to add something.
Let's go ahead and start with Beastlords. Essentially,
If Miz has armor experience, he can tank for the whole home stretch for sure.
yeah, so
This is actually pretty interesting. It's a quest item you can get. So increases my double attack by 8 points and gives me a 5 hit point health regeneration boost. It's not half bad.
Just don't wait for the thing to do kind of
again, it does something exact radius
Yep, that's sleeper.
exactly like the important tool build all good things.
He's gonna have some fight in this one.
Cool balance inside, yeah, but they still got to go through the hall to get back here.
Yeah, just have it set to where everybody's in the pool.
I don't know if waiting for buffs to start also might be there while res but yeah, maybe we'll have time to insert yeah. Just make sure to the left and to the right on send off the code everywhere except for the switch.
Okay.
the video. Sorry, I was just gonna say the video I saw had the bulk of all the upfront fighting was under the belly to avoid all that stuff.
I may not block grenade output but I'll call it. I'll do my best to call it if I'm not blocking.
So where do we want to stand for this fight?
You're fine on either the front or the
All right, just double checking.
In fact, I think I will not block any if I find that arrows are reacting faster. I'll put down the tanks for the tanks.
If anybody has been doing this, is fighting under the belly the best option to avoid all the effects that he does with the wings, tail, and front?
Alright, so
If anyone in chat knows, I'm just
that's
curious. Someone mentioned something about belly fighting him.
alright, so you do this one.
Go for your TBA, buddy.
DA on Janine.
Okay, DPS in.
Use Char Ion. Use Char Ion.
Okay, he blocked the AE, good. Keeping an eye on the health of my partners, making sure that is gone. Oh, gotta get myself a Pharaoh now. There we go. Oh, no. Got me on blocks. Little bastard. Got me blocked. Alright, try it again. There we go. It's good.
Interrupt. Use Horderu. Left and right flaps. Left and right flaps.
Sides are going off. Median. Up bar blocked. There goes Etos. Whoa, I'm way too up.
Left and right flaps. Left
Okay.
and right flaps.
Stop DPS completely. Going to healing.
Rear AE. And mass group buff used. And mass group buff used.
My aggro's way too high, so I can't act right now. But my pet can continue to fight for me.
Left and right flaps. Left and right flaps.
Alright, now I can...
Balbro mass group buff used. Balbro mass group buff used. Sebek mass group buff used. Sebek mass group buff used. Use Char Ion. Left and right flaps. Left and right flaps.
Okay, going full damage.
Left and right flaps.
I think we're
Left
doing
and right flaps.
much better today. Assassins will be starting to come in soon. Assassin group will start dealing with them.
Left and right flaps. Left and right flaps. Webdar mass group buff used. Webdar mass group buff used. Rear AE. Cimadiene mass group buff used. Cimadiene mass group buff used. Lyria mass group buff used. Lyria mass group buff used. Left and right flaps. Left and right flaps. Left and right flaps. Left and right flaps. Interrupt. Use Horderiv. Vulcan mass group buff used. Vulcan mass group buff used. Left and right flaps. Left and right flaps. Kanata mass group buff used. Kanata mass group buff used. Left and right flaps. Left and right flaps. Use Char Ion. Left and right flaps. Left and right flaps. FD fail.
Whoa, too high, too high. Gotta back out.
Left and right flaps.
Left and right flaps.
Left and right flaps. Frontal roar.
Frontal roar.
Rendish.
Blocked. Too high still, can't engage. Wow. A lot of dragons.
Left and right flaps.
Left and right flaps.
Left and right flaps.
Still can't engage. Damn it.
Interrupt. Use Horderiv.
Well, I can. I just have to basic attack. It's way too high still. This is so silly. I gain aggro.
Left and right flaps. Left and right flaps. Brina mass group buff used. Brina mass group buff used.
Do you want a Paragon thrown out?
Tafnirot mass group buff used. Tafnirot mass group buff used. Rear AE.
Chilla, toss out MBG.
Chilam ass group buff used. Chilam ass group buff used. Left and right flaps. Left and right flaps.
Yeah, he's summon taking. He's not building that much aggro. We still have that in 43 seconds. I'm at 65% practically.
Left and right flaps.
Try
Left
not
and right
to
flaps.
try not to go
Interrupt.
more than that.
Use Horderum.
Ooh, 81%. I better stop.
DA on Janine.
Pet heal.
Left and right flaps. Left and right flaps.
I had to literally stop all DPS.
Frontal roar. Grandish.
Alright. Safe to go.
Left and right flaps. Left and right flaps. Ida's mass group buff used.
Why did
Ida's
my
mass
song
group buff
window
used.
drop? Damn it. Or,
Left and right flaps. Left and right flaps. Interrupt. Use Horderum.
there we go.
Left and right flaps. Left and right flaps.
There we go. Got him down. Wow. We did this a lot better than last time.
Yeah, having that interrupt timer helped a lot. I used like 10% more mana this time.
That was a lot less deaths.
I died 800% less.
Yeah, this is our best kill. This is our second attempt, our best kill. Last time we had. I'm not going to even say the number. It was a lot. This time we've had at least. Out of the last time we did, I'd have to say we only did 10% of what was last time. So, hey, we're happy. Yeah, the first time we did this fight, we did not have all the triggers, but we knew the tactics to do what we needed to do, and we never saw the fight. So the first time was hella messy. The second time we did it, we had better triggers and we had better awareness of what was going on in the fight, and that's what gave us the edge there. Oh, this is a evolving mask. It's a very nice mask. Holy shit. But it's got bash, so definitely it's gonna be for tanks. Again, I'm not gonna get the chest piece because I can't. I'm not sure if I'm gonna even get the T3 ones. This one I might go for if it's pretty low on cost. Come on, give me one of these. Give me one of these. I want my SE3. Yeah, so we we lost very little this time around. It was a very, very clean fight though. We were all expecting to die at least 5 times or 4. Everybody in the raid. This time I kept very close watch on my aggro. I try to keep it under 60% because I don't want the stupid thing turning on me and beating me senseless. I got up to a 80 and 100 for a short time. Thankfully, it didn't turn on me. Ah, congrats, Chilla. How many 80 runes was that, Chilla? Nice.
It is.
You're going to Hills of Shade. That's going to be the Necro fight. Bobalicious. I am going to bid on the Gloven of Smoldering for sure.
We got 2 druids who could port over to Loving Plains, and is that the banner that
Because that's a hell of a face mask.
Nightcrawler.
If he puts 40 in, I'll stop. Alright, he put 40 in. He can have it. I won't go up to a certain point on some of these items. But he put 40. He has a total of 40. So it means he really wants this. I'll give it to him. I could bid higher than him if I wanted to, but he's really showing he wants it. So I'll back off at that point. It was a really good mask. I would have really loved it, but if someone is willing to tank themselves on their DKP to get an item, then you know what? Just let them have it.
good chest out?
Whoops. That 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 would kind of hurt there. That's really good that you still got it.
Shattered Sardar both still.
The reason why I had to use the summon pet thing is because of the fact that my pet somehow got pushed somewhere further away from what I could do with my ability here, which is growl of the puma, and I needed to make sure that I had him close by to get the buffs. I mean, an extra 2k health helps. It does happen if you have when you get the ability to get pet suspend. Make sure you get that. At least you can keep a pet in reserve. If you get up to level 3, then you can buff it up and have it buffed with other people's buffs. So you can have one pet in reserve and one pet out. That way, if you lose your pet while grinding, you can pull out the second one. That is an AA, yes. It's called Suspend Companion. You can look it up on AAs. It should be under, I believe, Archetype. Here, let me pull it up here. It's under Archetype. Um, each level grants you different effects and abilities for your pet, when you suspend the pet. First level allows you to suspend a unbuffed, ungeared pet. Second level allows your personal buffs. Third level allows you to have group buffs and equipment. And every level thereafter shortens the time of suspend or grants you certain other abilities. It's pretty it's pretty useful, honestly. For instance, the level I have it at is level 7. Reduce the base cast time of this ability, so it makes it shorter in casting, which helps out tremendously because it's freakishly slow when you first get it.
But then there's some moons, so you should end up packing Crystallos.
Oh wow, the next rank actually allows me to switch my pets out if I want. So if I ran out of buffs on my first pet that's out and I don't have the cleric buffs on it, the second pet could be pulled out and there you go. That's actually pretty interesting. That's actually pretty nice. So that means if I have one pet out and I'm grinding and I have a second in reserve and all the really, really strong buffs that I want on my first pet are gone, such as uh, the cleric buff and a few others, I can then suspend the current pet that I have and switch it out with the suspended pet. So the suspended pet has all the buffs that I want, and I can continue grinding for longer. Then once that's down, then I just go back to the guild hall, get the buffs re-put on the pets and myself. That's actually pretty interesting. Or if you're in a boss battle fight where it does a one time everything is dispelled off everybody,
So I'm gonna try
you
and
can
see
put your pet
what
away
happens.
and bring out the other pet. That's pretty nice. That's level 8. There's a lot of little intricate things in there. Hobble of Spirit's actually fun. The higher level this is, the more aggro it generates.
Tunnel through the mountains, so we don't have to run all the way around this crap.
Ew. No, it did. I'm just like looking at where it is, and I'm like, ugh.
You gotta run all the way around this.
Yeah, I'll delete that.
This is a time investment game. We're most of my upgrades right
It's a white org. Dwarven war org. It has Celos speed, run speed.
If there's anything that if there's
It's
anything that
pretty
the last
nice.
expansion taught me is that it's that as the crow flies is not helpful.
Yeah, it drops a couple nice items.
Usually get a ball before we leave. Yeah, I'm already halfway here. I need it. Right, what the hell?
Talisman of the Werewolf Brain sells for like up to 2K off the Decrepit Skeleton.
If that looks green to you, go ahead and put a need on it.
I still think I have one of those in one of my bags.
96 freaking changed my life.
We're gonna go kill Bibbalicious. Because he's Bibbalicious. By the way, the putrid skeleton spawns here in the graveyard, either on side. He can spawn anywhere in this area. He drops the werewolf brain talisman. It's pretty nice. But if you're killing over at the farm in Dragonscale Hills, there is a charm that's much better than that. That drops in two versions. Most of the stuff that drops in Dragonscale Hills has two versions of it. One has a slot 7 on it only, and the other one has a slot 3 and a slot 7, and better stats. What level range? 70 plus. You won't be able to start killing in Dragonscale Hills until you're at least 70. And it will be hard at that point in time.
Invis dropping on Sylve Talon.
But once you hit 75 plus, it becomes easy.
Some named items.
Like 250. Like that stuff. Couple heroes.
Yeah, you can wear the stuff at 70. If you have someone helping you fight in the the area, the spawns, there are a bunch of there's about I gotta remember how many there are. There is a Doom Beetle, there's a Scarecrow, there's a Crow. Those are the three primary mobs that you'll be facing in the farm. So that's three primary there. There is a king that spawns nearby and roams, which drops some pretty good tank loot. The clockwork next to the farm, there are a total of 6 types of spawns you can get loot from. And out of those 6, there is a dagger, a earring, a ring, and they all drop high level defiant potentially. So there's like 4 loots for Beastlords off the clockwork there that you can get that are pretty good. The dagger's really nice because it has a partial stun on it and doesn't cause too much aggro. So use that with your pet and you can stun stuff like crazy. The stuff on the in the farm itself, all, there's a cloak you can use. There's a charm you can use. There is an ear, I think a earring that you can use. No, no, face mask. Those are the three things you can use as Beast Lord there. If you get the one with the two slots in it, it's higher stats than the first one. So there's two types of loot there that you can get, and they sell pretty well. The one slot loot stat, like Type 7 that has only Type 7 in it, sells for a lot less, but the one that has the 7 and Type 3 in there sells for quite a bit. Depends on the server you're on and what expansion. And it's very easy loot to get. If you're close to Secrets of Fadar, then it's worth money. If it's further deeper in, not that much. It'll be considered like alt loot for cheap. All right, here we go. Moving up. But when you really think about it, it's really good loot for leveling up if you're on a server that is further than SOV. Then when you go into Lopping Plains, there's a lot of names all over the place that you can actually get better loot than from DSK. They're actually pretty easy to kill, but it's all the mobs that are around the stuff that you have to clear before you touch the mobs. Then Hills of Shade is actually pretty rough, even for me. I had to be careful. But Lopping Plains is really good for experience, especially if you have a pretty decent geared Beast Lord. The graveyard is awesome to fight in. You also have to have a good amount of AAs too, because you're going to need a lot of that pet level increase stuff. But if you have a healing companion like the mercenary along your side, you shouldn't have any problems. Not too much, at least. So I forget you have the buddy with you, the enchanter thing. So you'll be able to handle stuff a lot easier than you realize. Um, if you're planning on raiding, get some levels into Paragon. Get MBG, Paragon up good enough levels where you feel comfortable with. Then start getting your personal AAs that affect combat stability, combat agility, stuff that helps you take more advantage of your armor, increase your health, give you more dodge capability, stuff like that. Then focus on your pet as your primary slash secondary. Your healing, it goes MBG, a Paragon, Focus Paragon. Then your personal stuff that affects your personal combat and your pet. Then your healing, your direct damage, your dot AAs you can ignore until you get all those other stuff upgraded first, or until you feel comfortable with where you're at. Suspend companion and hold companion are also very important to make sure you get early on. so that way your pet won't go running off if it gets blasted on anything stupid hitting it. So I think the best way to put it is um, hold companion rank 3. Hold companion to get G hold, which is like rank 1 or 2, maybe 3. Actually, you can get away with the just regular hold companion. So rank 1, hold companion. Suspend companion rank 3. MBG, um,
Prolithian mass group buff used.
Paragon,
Prolithian
Focus
mass group buff
Paragon,
used.
and then go through with your personal stuff. Where you're sitting at and how much you have to go through. It's gonna take a bit, but you'll get there. But because of the fact that you're leveling up through the expansions and you're already ahead in expansions, make sure you have auto assign AAs on to get free AAs as you level up. So by the time you get to level 85, you'll have almost 1,000 AAs already into your character for free. That'll give you a real head start. And it does go along the lines of what I'm saying. Hopefully that helps you there. Just level up. You'll get a shit ton of AAs and make sure you click on auto grant enabled. Make sure that's green. I believe FP2 does auto grant. Okay, here come the minions. But you won't be able to use auto grant until you hit level 55. So it won't be clickable for you until 55, I think. If FP2 doesn't let you use auto grant because you're free to play, it will tell you when you click on it and said it's not available for free to play. But I don't think they would disable that in free to play because it's pretty essential for people catching up. It'd be dumb for them to do that because they would want people to play on their servers regardless if it's free to play or paid. The reason why we're doing this guy is because we get easy pearls and pearl runes, and as well as risk cores for people who want to make the T3 risk guard. Yeah, that's how they get you to play the game. But honestly, I don't think that auto grant is disabled in free to play, unless it's telling you it is. I didn't when I did free to play for a bit when I kind of was checking things out. I didn't notice that. I didn't really look at the AAs because I didn't get that very far up. Yeah, you'll have to check in 7 to 8 levels. I just don't like the ads in free to play. Nice. Very nice. Keep up the good work. Yeah, you're about to out level Gorko's Mesa. The next place you'll be going to is just north of Gerku's Mesa is that cave area. The stone whatever. It's where you'll probably be going there. There's other places you can go as well. Ah, okay, thank you. You'll be either going to the Steps or Sunder Rocks Springs. No, Black Feather Roost. It's Black Feather Roost you'll probably be going to. You can probably get away with. Uh, you have to wait a little bit for the Steps and Sunder Springs, I believe, until you're in your 60s. But Black Feather would get you to easily upper 50s. Usually it's best just to get into groups. When you hit 55, you can, or 55, you can group with practically any 80 pluses. That way you can literally level up so much faster. So if you can get your hands on a group that's going into higher level content, and you just really want to plow through levels, then I recommend doing that. Just group up with some high levels. You get levels incredibly fast. For instance, I was level 80. I took a level 48 into Paw, and that level 48 went to level 61 in 3 hours. So that kind of gives you an idea how fast you're leveling. Yeah, a couple hours in Paw from 48 to 61, and we were just me and them, and I was pulling like crazy at level 75.
Janine Mass Group buff used. Janine Mass Group buff used.
Mm-hmm. Well, even if you're grouped with a high level group, they usually don't expect you to do much. So you don't have to do too much. And if you have to pull away, just let them know, and they'll let you sit in there for a while. So it's not that bad for being low level. It's actually pretty nice. Nice little ghostly earring. Bah, paladin monk. And
Have you ever not gotten that earring?
yeah, I mean, when you're being power leveled by a higher level group, they don't expect you to do too much other than just try not to get killed. Not to let yourself get killed. That's about it. They expect you they don't mind that you do a little bit of healing, do a little bit of damage, whatever you can do. They don't mind it. They're the ones mainly doing the damage. But all you need to do is just make sure you keep yourself alive. And if you have to sit in a corner while they are killing everything around you for a little bit, when you need to do something like a restroom or something, that's pretty much fine. Usually camps are you go to one spot, you're going to sit there for the entirety of the time. They're going to pull stuff to that area. So you're not going to be moving much. Makes it so much easier, especially if you're getting fang-nangled by your roommates or something. Pretty, depending on the camp, any class would probably be pulling. For instance, I would, since I was like the highest level usually in the group because I was level 75, leveling up, helping leveling up lower levels, I'd be doing all the pulling. Or if it's a bunch of high levels and there's like one or two low levels, it would be literally any of the higher levels wanting to feel like doing it. Because usually where they're camping, it's really easy XP to get. It's not hard mobs to kill, and they can kill them in mass with no problem. So it doesn't matter who really pulls. But if it's a camp with a lot of high level mobs, then it's usually going to be a monk or a bard. Yes. Such as if you're in Crystallos, that's at this time and
Invis
place.
dropping on Silk
But
Talon.
unfortunately, with Crystallos, you have to be flagged for it, and it requires you to do a little raiding and a lot of legwork. Just to get um, the group part. To get into the raiding part, you'd have to do some of the raiding stuff too. Yes, it does.
Start handing out most of the loot, Need to obviously defend it. This is your last chance to ask.
We're going to be doing Blood Moon Keep 3. So we're going to be zoning in through the normal entrance. This is the one where we kill all the bosses. Yay. Yeah, I heard that
And
was
this
actually a
dropping on
pretty
Sil
hard
Talent.
game and a lot of fun. I prefer Secret of Mana. The control system of the original Secret of Mana was a little bit wonky, but it was a fun storyline and a really good RPG. I kind of miss it. I actually have the remake and the original on my computer right now. Oh yeah, it was one of the best ones. Oh, the remake is a lot more sexier. I like the fact of the changes that they did with the remake on the control UIs. It was really nice. A lot easier than the original. Yeah. Best. What is it? What do they call Blockbuster video? Yeah. Same here, buddy. Same here. There were a lot of good games back in the day. It's a shame that Blockbuster Video died out due to Redbox. Redbox basically replaced it. Now the thing with Pactor the Wyvern or Wyron, is that this buff here can be removed, but this is the buff you actually get all the goodies off of. Is this one? So as long as you have that, you don't have to worry about having the form.
Am I rolling that for you again? Split up the 36. Try to keep it moving. Kill the cat. Kill the cat or kill the cat? Kill the cat. But I'm in the book. Try to get the face to kill. In the matrix.
Do you want us to port over to the main pick?
Have you muted?
Who will be the picnic today?
Congratulations, man.
Yep. I'm gonna start clearing.
Yeah, look at funky.
Fighting is mostly clear.
Today on Murder Ball Z. I love clickies. You know what? I'll let them kill all the stuff and I'll just suck up EXP. I'll be that lazy beast lord. I'm just here for the experience. uh, There we go. We're going in. I gained a ton of XP. Yay! No, not really. It's a raid. Actually, it's kind of funny. The newer raids are actually giving more XP. So much that I'm actually getting 1 to 3 AAs a night on these raids. It's hilarious. Let's see how many I made, because I had 0 AA when starting. So I made 1 AA and 46% in.
Yeah, it's not safe anymore. So be very careful.
Hmm. Somebody's got a bunny transformation, probably. But I don't see one. They got it for the Halloween event, where you could either summon a horde of bunnies or turn yourself into a bunny. Oh, he's wearing a bunny helm. See? Bunny hat. There is an illusion that will turn you into a full bunny. You can get it during Easter only. And what it is an item that summons a bunch of bunnies that runs forward and in front of you, or it turns you into a bunny. The bunnies of war are upon us. What con are they to you? Just out of curiosity. Yeah, as you level up, mobs will stun a heck of a lot more. That's where heroic stamina comes into play. It actually helps reduce stun damage, stun effects. But yeah, but unfortunately, stun will be your worst enemy. So you got to be careful with the mobs that you're fighting, because they will stun a heck of a lot more. They'll have spells that stun you, or they'll do physical stuns. The spell stunning you can resist most of the time, with your, but the physical stuns, those are a pain. And depending on if they count as elite mobs, then they're gonna stun a hell of a lot more. They fly in the air, flying pixies. They're in the next to a tree in the middle of Garu. You don't want to fight those mobs generally, because there's a quest line in the when you know where you have in Mesa Garu, you go along the river. There's a bridge, and then you go left, and there's a whole bunch of bears, wolves, and some undead. And then if you go up the hill, there's an encampment up that way. That encampment gives you quests, which gives you a quest line for a ring, which is actually pretty nice. The entire quest line will give you a ton of experience. It's a lot of killing, a lot of running around and collecting items from different mobs throughout Mesa Garo. And some of the items you collect in that area, you're killing those little pixies. Are you up with the big tree stuff or near the big castle? That's the question. Because if you're killing the Trents up there and those little pixies, well, you probably won't be able to do that quest line. Is there like a big moat around a big hill with a building on top? Or is it surrounded by Trents and wild animals? And you go up through the canyon area that circles around until you get to the top. Hmm. Hmm. Not exactly sure where you're at. Are you near centaurs and giants? Okay. Because the centaurs and giants actually would be your progression from 43 to 50s, by the way. Or if you're strong enough, the giants. All you have to do is follow the road past from Zonin, Garo Mesa, follow the road all the way past the bridge, and you'll see the giants on your left with the spiders and the wolves, then the giants on your left. On the right hand side, when you get past the giants a little bit, you'll see centaurs. Now you'll need Hobble of Spirits for your pet to deal with the centaurs, so they don't run away from you. Mesa Girl will take you up into the mid 50s, by the way, if you know where to hunt. Because that goes from 38 to 57 or 58 for hunting. Just depends on what you do. Yeah, you'd have to wait a little longer before you do those. You don't want to hit those at yellow. Yellow and red, no. You don't want to fight those. You want to fight them at dark blue at the worst and light blue. They hit hard. They have a lot of HP. They run fast as so. And they will run from you in low health. So you got to beat on them real fast. The easiest way to deal with them is to have your dispel, your two. If you have one magic per dispel or the two one, yeah, you have to fight them with dispel magic. The main reason why is you want to dispel all their buffs and their so off them immediately. Your slow cannot be dispelled, so you can actually slow them to draw them in, let your pet fight them while you keep your pet alive, and then dispel them until all their buffs are removed. Once their buffs are removed, then you do your casual stuff to it. And when they get low, they'll start running, and they won't run very fast,
Beastlords, you can
and they'll
see
be
that
very
there's
easy to
a
kill.
this crystal at the top of the row.
But you have to wait until you're around 50, level 50 before you even touch those. Maybe 52 minimum, because you do need those better dot spells for them. I'd say 52 you want to engage them. The giants near them, um, look for them. They are they are pretty easy to deal with, but they do stun, so you got to be very careful. One type of them HT DTs with an HT, but they do have a melee stun radius stomp or something. Those you should be able to take with your healer that you have for mercenary. I believe they'll be at worst high yellow and usually around dark blue to light blue. But expect a tough fight. They do drop a lot of platinum per kill, by the way, so they're worth killing. You can tell I spent a lot of time in that zone.
Andy, MTB Celestial.
the there is a camp of NPCs right near zone line from coming from the direction of the city. Can't remember, but you just go through the zone into Mesa Girl, and then just go over the river straight ahead of you, and there's an opening gap of hills. and you go right. There'll be a whole bunch of snakes in the area, and then there will be a camp of NPCs there. You can hunt those, and they're pretty easy. One or two will come at a time. They drop a lot of junk stuff.
I DPS them down if they're less than 5%
Oh, this is DP. This is the
Group, please drop low.
balance fight. I'll let them do that.
this might be
Healing. Oblit.
Yeah, from the other zone. When you come through the city, the Crescent Reach, the next zone over from Crescent Reach, heading to Goro Mesa, you go from that zone into Goro Mesa, and straight ahead of you, you'll see the pathway that curves around the hillside, and you'll see water that does the same thing, the little river. You just go across the river over the mountain right there, and there's an encampment on your right side that has NPCs, humanoid NPCs that have no faction hit, and you can pretty much kill those to your measure. I'm not sure what level they are. They might be within level to make some good experience off of. Worth it to kill. Yeah, toughens. Yep, that's them. They might be actually worth you killing for a while to get your levels up. If they con, they might have a faction loss, but it's not a faction loss even worth considering.
I'm 40%
Type faction slash faction and then the name. Sorry, they're opening the thingy. It's a nice earring. Ah, necklace of the moon. Not bad for gear drops tonight.
Saturday knockout shoe drop.
Okay, got back all my XP.
Sweet spinning.
So tonight I gained 2 AA and 20% into the next level of it.
Doubtful. There's a lot of great content on the app. Less one-on-one things, smaller events or something.
All right, I want to thank everybody for watching us play some EverQuest this evening. It's been a lot of fun entertaining you with Sylph Talon, along with our friends in the Filthy Casuals. This was our last target for the night. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you like what you see, please do hit that follow button or that like button. If you want to support the stream, feel free to donate or subscribe, and definitely come back and watch us play some more. I do enjoy having you guys coming in and watching. Thank you so much. Other than that, the next night we will be streaming will be on Saturday. It'll be at 7 o'clock. We'll be going into MMM and completely completing that zone. Hopefully, we get some good loots and drops for that night and see where we set off. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good night. Be safe and be well. Sylph Talon out of here. Take care. Have a good night, all.
Feeling great.
You have a good evening too, Stormwolf.